If the facts don't favor one party or the other, well, I honestly couldn't care less.
And as always, you've said it right. Couldn't care less, not could care less.
That really is a commonly made mistake. I couldn't care less means I don't care. It literally means I care the least amount possible. It's therefore not possible for me to care any less than I do. Hence, I couldn't care less.
But when you say I could care less, you're saying it is possible for you to care less than you do. You're actually suggesting that it would be a good idea if you reduce the amount of care you have. In other words, you care too much.
Yes, it's like saying I couldn't eat less, or anymore I couldn't talk a bit less.
You think I talk too much?
Did I say that?
Well, even if you did, I couldn't care less.
That's how you say it right. All right. Okay. Right. So that was brought to us, as always, by Kingdom Books and Stationery. Now, saying it right doesn't come by chance, as I've just demonstrated. You need to read, and read the right books early in life. This is why Kingdom Books, your number one stop for books and stationery with over 40 years experience, is offering great discounts on readers and other learning materials to help your kids say it right. Now, these readers, these books, learning materials include Phonics flashcards, Aesop's Fables, Oliver Twist, The Fish That Talked, Emperor and the Nightingale, Growing Up for Kids, Illustrated Classics, Junior Illustrated Grammar, Punctuation, and so much more. Visit any Kingdom Books and Stationery shop to get a good discount on your purchase. Want to know more? Call them 050-140-1050, or you could try 0244-311-955. Okay. So, time for the news review is brought to us every morning by CompuGhana. Shop at any CompuGhana branch nationwide and get up to 40% discount and free delivery. CompuGhana, passion for technology. Headlines?
All right, I'll start off quickly. The front page of the Finder, Ghana not back to HIPC. That's according to Information Minister Opong Nkrumah. The Daily Guide captures it this way: HIPC report fake. And this is coming from government. And on the front page of the Ghanaian Observer, Ghana not back to HIPC. This is, according to the IMF, comes along with a photo of the IMF resident representative, Mr. Albert Tunamama.
And the Chronicle says Ghana is not in HIPC, while the Daily Graphic says Ghana not declared HIPC upon Nkrumah. IMF corroborates.
All right, so we know that particular story was trending yesterday.
Yes, I mean, there are lots of issues back and forth about the HIPC situation, but I think it's a bit clear now. The fact that, look, it's an initiative, and so anytime the World Bank or the IMF chooses to update on HIPC, they update us on all countries that have been part of HIPC. Look, I have
since its inception.
Since its inception. And if you look at the 2015 document, for instance, which I have in front of me now, the 2015 document will tell you of the countries that have reached completion point. So when you get, when you are able to implement the conditionalities under the HIPC initiative, you reach completion point, and once you reach completion point, what that means is that you qualify for debt forgiveness and debt relief. If you look at that particular document in 2015, for instance, 36 countries. So it says 36 post-completion point HIPCs. And in that document, you would see Ghana right here. Okay. So Gambia, as in the Gambia, and Ghana. You can see Ghana in there. Then it has, pre-decision point HIPC, Eritrea, Somalia, and Sudan. But if you get to the 2020 document, it will tell you, for instance, that as of March 2020, the IMF and World Bank have determined that Somalia has taken the necessary steps to begin receiving debt relief. So once you get to the completion point, you start receiving debt relief. And so anytime they update us, they update us on all the countries that have qualified in the past for the program.
Right.
And there are 36 countries that have reached completion points. So that's what you call the post-completion point countries.
Great.
Ghana reached,
sorry, go ahead. I'll let you
Ghana reached completion point in 2004. And it was following our reaching of completion point that we started enjoying the debt relief. And so I'm sure you saw the HIPC, funded projects all across the country. And it got to even a point, so what happened was that when it's time for you to pay your debts, so your interest payments and your principal payments are due, those monies that you're supposed to pay, you then would use it for social intervention programs.
Okay.
All right. Now, I suppose that's even more education, which is always useful. I think my conclusion from this is that maybe the IMF and the World Bank and those who record this information on their websites, maybe they need to take the feedback that it is easy to misunderstand what is there. If you don't have enough background information, you don't know what completion point is and post-completion point is, you might just go and click on their page and say, hey, my God, my country is here.
Yeah.
All right? So maybe they should be taking the feedback and finding a more clear way of laying out the information for the understanding of the public.
So let me just read the executive summary of when you read the report, the main document, the PDF document. It says the HIPC initiative and the Multilateral Debt Relief Initiative are nearly complete, with 36 countries having already reached the completion point under the HIPC initiative.
Okay.
So the 36 countries is where you find
Includes
Ghana.
Okay.
And so if you look at it like that, you say, oh, Ghana is HIPC. And, in a political season, people would want to take advantage of it. And so during that meeting when it was put out that, oh, Ghana is now HIPC, and also you know that around the time we want to take advantage. And then it starts, oh, Ghana is HIPC. No, Ghana is not HIPC. Even though we borrowed too much, as in, not borrow. I mean, we are debt distressed now because of COVID-19, which has affected our revenue generation, and we've had to borrow more to assist Ghanaians. So you can understand why we've moved from below a debt to GDP ratio of less than 70% to projected 76% by the IMF.
One thing that is factual is that the IMF considers us to be a debt distressed country.
All right, okay, so let's move on. We know the president was on a tour of the Greater Accra region yesterday, and he handed over 100 buses to STC. The finder says, he says, carnage on our roads, too much, and ADB financed the purchase at a cost of $13 million. And that same story is captured on the front page of the Daily Guide and the Ghanaian Observer, but the Ghanaian Observer adds some other activities he partook in. Akufo-Addo shakes the Accra, inspects work on 92% completed Obetibi Lamte. I hear it will be open to traffic in November. Interchange, 15% completed Jamestown Fishing Harbour. And while he was at Jamestown, he commented on the Ododo clashes. The New Crusading Guide says, President condemns Ododo rioters, says violence shouldn't be an option. You have anything on that?
Yes, and the Chronicle says those without a message resort to violence. That's according to President Akufo-Addo. And STC gets 100 new buses also talking about the same thing. And the Daily Statesman says December pose not a fight. President calls for calm. And regional ministers showcase massive development in regions.
All right, that story also is captured on the front page of the Finder. 5 regional ministers tout massive transformation with a litany of projects. And Dr. Awal calls on Yana, appeals to youth to consolidate Dagbon peace. And NDC failed a front plains for 28 years. Vote NPP. That's according to Dr. Baumia. And there's one here about being peace ambassadors. Religious leaders appeal to Ghanaians in run-up to December 7th polls. And you know here at Joe News, your election headquarters, we've been very particular about that. We've brought you some peace campaign messages, and we're really focusing on that. And we don't need violence in this election. And on page 5 of the Finder, there's a story about ballots without bullets campaign being launched by the Small Arms Commission together with the UNDP, and they are embarking on a massive intensive education drive. We had the president of the Ghana Bar Association, Anthony Forson Jr., comment about that when he spoke to Mama Vio Usabaji on the AM show on Joe News, where he said we need more education. But speaking to the NCCE's chairperson, she thinks that education is not enough, because they've embarked on it. We still see the problem, so we need more concerted efforts in dealing with that. That is it. Unprecedented transformation ongoing in our regions on the front page of the New Crusading Guide. We've also got other stories. Do you have anything on the president's tour?
No, that's all from all the papers that I've got concerning the president's tour. But there's something on John Mahama who says, I'll create sustainable jobs for the youth. Let me just chip in other stories. In Ashanti, regional spotlight to be launched in Kumasi tomorrow. I won't go beyond 25 ministers. Alfred Kwame Walker, that's the independent presidential candidate, and Reverend Sam Kranchankra Lords Akufo-Addo for free water and electricity. Kevin Taylor slapped with 1 million damages in favor of Gabi. And the Business and Financial Times says Bati Airtel to exit Ghana telecom market. Cocoa farmers in Wasa resort to galamsey money to maintain farms, and port activities see further decline as international trade suffers. And then the President hands over 100 ADB funded buses to Intercity STC.
All right, so that story about the Gabi Ochedaku, Kevin Taylor, this is how the Daily Guide captures it, guys. Court awards 1 million CD against social media boy.
So,
to call him that.
So at this point, he's had two judgments awarded against him, right? One by Sankuma, one in a case involving a Sankuma, and now with this one regarding Gabi.
All right. So,
but I mean, has he done anything about the first one? Has he,
We need to check that.
Okay.
All right. So quickly, before we get onto the online review, Alpha Gold assists Batabi victims with 100,000 CDs. You remember that incident that claimed over 20 lives, if my memory serves me right. But here's some sports before we go. Arsenal Chiefs fight over party transfer. This is quite interesting. I don't know, but we are told the technical director of Arsenal, Edu, managed to overrule Mikel Arteta by bringing in Thomas Partey instead of Hussein Aouar in the summer transfer window, according to reports. So get onto the back page of the day.
But Aouar said he wasn't going to join Arsenal. Arsenal couldn't meet his, the demands from his team. But talking about Partey, I see Arsenal fans on Twitter. It is reported by the Sun.co.uk that he is about to waste his prime footballing life by joining Arsenal. These are not my words. It's Arsenal fans.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I think the takeaway from that story is that the coach didn't want Partey. I don't know how useful it is.
Didn't want Partey. If you read
preferred someone else.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they had options.
Yes.
Okay, and they had some limited amount
and
of money.
And Partey was not his choice.
And they had to make a choice.
And Partey was not the coach's choice.
Well, the coach said Partey was his choice. He talked about how he had been monitoring Partey all this while, and he knows the quality that Partey brings to the team.
It can't both be right. But, well, anyway, let's see how that unfolds. I just wonder why this information is coming out now. All right, let's do the online review. It's brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy. So, going cashless is something that we all wish we could do everywhere. It's just so much more convenient to not have to carry money around, and it's not very safe doing that. Well, Goyle has thought about all of that, and they've decided to set things up so that every one of us can safely buy fuel and lubricants from any of their 400 stations across the country without cash. Just use your GH Link card on their Goyle point of sale machine. The added bonus is that you actually get to see on your bank statement everything you spend with Goyle. Right, that's not good energy. I don't know what is. So go cashless and protect yourself and stick to all the COVID-19 protocols in these times. Goyle, good energy. Goyle, Yenara Yenze. So, paying for your purchases at your neighborhood store or for your meal at that open-air restaurant just got easy with the Zenith Contactless Visa Card. Experience the ease of making payments with the Zenith Contactless Visa Card. The Zenith Contactless Visa Card is issued instantly, fully activated, and ready to use. So go visit them and apply for your card today and simply tap to pay. Zenith Bank, delivering customer-centric banking in your best interest. Now, the Cadbury Richoco My Ghana My Pride National Essay Competition has been extended to the 31st of October. Upper primary, junior high, and senior high students should send in handwritten essays of not more than 400, 600, and 750 words, respectively, on the topic. Your cousin, who lives in a different part of the country, is coming to visit you for the holidays. Write a letter to him or her, telling them about the top 5 exciting and interesting things to do in your region when they visit. Attach a Cadbury Richoco pack of 1 kilogram or 2 packs of 500 grams each to all entries and submit at any of the collection points across Ghana, including Accra General Post Office, Usu, Achimota, Adenta, and Koforidua Post Offices, as well as Melcom Plus in NIA, Tema, Medina, East Legon, Accra Central, and Koforidua Melcoms. The top 5 from each category will compete to win from a total of 100,000 Ghana cedis in prizes for the students and their school. Visit Cadbury Richoco on Facebook and Instagram for more details. Right, speaking of details.
Right, let's get to the online stories and myjoyonline.com. Court summons Kennedy Japan over assassination claims against Ato Forcing, and we have not classified Ghana as HIPIC IMF, and also a Chamber of Construction Industry gives government ultimatum to pay its members. And then let me just take you to ctnewsroom.com. Finance Minister to present budget for first quarter of 2021 today.
All right, so let's do the BBC. By the way, thank you both, Bernice Abubedu and Winston Amwa. Bernice Abubedu Lanza and Winston Amwa. You two, what's your husband's name? Winston Amwa brought us the news review, and they'll be back tomorrow with more. Right then, so let's do the BBC. It's brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
You want your business faster? Need to bank on a fast track. Only need your phone. Follow small instructions. You don't need no data. Quick, make you know